Hi everyone, I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly astrology cosmic forecast for November 23rd. So November 27th, we have Saturn stationing direct, and November 29th, we have Mercury stationing direct. So two planets stationing direct this week. Let's talk about what that means. And I really want to focus on Saturn because I think that's really where we're going to be feeling a majority of the energy. This was the first Saturn retrograde that we have had in the sign of Aries. Saturn moved into Aries earlier this year, and then it retrograded back through Aries, through Pisces, and now here it is still in Pisces, and it's going to go station direct on the 27th. So what does this mean? How can we work with this energy? Since November of 2024, I want you to think about what challenges have been coming up for you. Saturn represents our karmic challenges. We can think of Saturn like our master teacher. Saturn is also referred to as the Lord of Karma, but I like to think of Saturn as our master teacher, and I don't think I came up with that title. I definitely, well, maybe I did. I don't know. I think I read it somewhere, where Saturn kind of gives us these lessons because we are supposed to reach a level of mastery with them. And I think if we reflect back what was going on in our lives since November of 2024, what kind of things have we been asked by the universe to master? How have we been guided to, where have our challenges been, and how have we been asked to step up and face up to them? Saturn energy is very much about where we need to step up, where we need to take responsibility. So with Saturn stationing direct this week, it might be really, really clear to us where our challenges have been since November, for the last 12 months. Where have our challenges been? And how are we now facing up to them? How are we now mastering them, moving through them? It may be obvious to you, or it may be a little bit more subtle, but take a breath, take a moment to think about what challenges have been coming up for me. And you can also think about it in terms of like this: where do you feel like you've been hitting a brick wall? Where do you feel like you've kind of been bound or a little bit stuck? Where do you feel like you've had to maybe set boundaries, or where do you feel like you've had to really step up and take responsibility for things that, maybe are your responsibility and maybe they don't always feel like your responsibility, but somehow you're here taking responsibility for them? Sit with that, see what comes up. As Saturn stations direct, which happens this week, we receive the gifts of our hard work. If we think of Saturn like the master teacher, we've all been getting lots of homework. We've all been sitting a lot of tests. Now grading day is here and the gifts are arriving. So Saturn stationing direct, even though Saturn is a harsh planet, even though Saturn can bring some mastery that we have to step up and sort of take control of, we are now in the point this week where we're able to receive the gifts of that. You may receive some kind of gift this week. You may receive it in physical form, or it might be an aha moment, or it might be just a beautiful realization. You may see the results of something you've been working hard to do, or it could be a more internal gift, a more inner world gift. Pay attention. A gift is on its way to you this week, and especially if you're able to look back and reflect on the lessons that you've been working on for the last 12 months, you may start to see a pattern. You may start to see how that cycle's playing out. If you're turning 28, 29 this year, this will be even more pronounced for you because you'll be in your Saturn return. Same if you're turning 59, 60, it will be more pronounced for you this year as well. You'll be really able to feel those gifts. So pay attention, maybe share in the comments what kind of gifts you've received this week. It's happening more towards the end of the week, but see if you can think about or stay open to the gifts that Saturn is bringing you this week. Then on the 29th, we have Mercury stationing direct. Mercury is the messenger of the gods. So when it emerges from the underworld or stations direct, we can receive messages and insights and little intuitive whispers. So that's something else to pay attention to this week, the little intuitive whispers, the little intuitive messages that Mercury can be delivering us. Our intuition can be very heightened at this time as well. If you like to follow the Mercury retrograde cycles and you don't like to buy holiday gifts or technology or anything like that when Mercury is retrograde, you don't like to book travel plans, you'll have to wait a little bit longer. December 16th is when Mercury finally leaves its shadow phase. So between the 29th and the 16th of December, we are able to listen to our intuition, receive those messages. We still might be experiencing a few issues with technology, travel plans, delays. Of course, we have to do what we have to do. But if you do like to follow that, then you've got till December 16th when Mercury leaves its shadow phase. Okay, so that is the energy for the week ahead. I hope that all landed with you and sort of made sense. We've got two planets out of retrograde this week, so that always helps the momentum of the universe to move forward. So you might find that you have an easier time when it comes to moving forward as well. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the cards. This is from my deck, the Cosmic Astrology Oracle. You can get that on Etsy. Makes a great gift for yourself or others. And you can use these cards, by the way, for divination, but also to learn astrology. I wanted it to be usable for both ways. It comes with a guidebook that tells you how to do it all. Okay, let's set an intention for a guiding card for our week. We have Saturn direct, we have Mercury direct. Let's take a look and see what the cards want us to focus on for this week. The solar eclipse card, karmic beginnings. Well, isn't that interesting, because we were just talking about Saturn being the planet of karma, the lord of karma, and here we have karmic beginnings. This makes me think of last week we had the new moon, and that new moon definitely was a bit of a shedding new moon. And I've been doing the forecast for December as well, and the new moon in December also feels like a bit of a shedding new moon, kind of like we have to let go before we can allow the new in. And so I feel like with that new moon being last week, maybe this week we're really able to experience our karmic new beginning. We've moved through the new moon. We now have Saturn stationing direct. Maybe this is the sign that a new beginning is on the way. A rebirth is on the way. We have moved out of deep introspective Scorpio season. We're in Sagittarius season. We're beyond the new moon. We're in that lunar cycle. We have planet of karma stationing direct. And now we have the card of karmic beginnings. I will read a little bit from the booklet just to see if anything else kind of lands for us as I read. So take it in, see what resonates with you. Solar eclipses are powerful cosmic events that open doors and brings new beginnings. You have drawn this card as there is a new path opening for you that will set you up on a new chapter. Eclipses tend to push us further ahead, often in a direction that we didn't see coming. While it may take us a while to adjust, eclipses often put us exactly where we need to be. We just have to be patient in order to reach this level of acceptance and awareness. So where have you wanted to be since November of last year? I think with Saturn, stationing direct, and so Saturn went retrograde back in July, but the time frame that it's covering leads us all the way back to last year. So what have you wanted to achieve since this time? And maybe you are now in a new level of awareness with that. Eclipses are known for bringing fated events that bring us closer to our karmic destiny. Know this chapter of your journey was etched into your soul contract and will deepen your knowledge, wisdom, and spiritual connection. As you welcome and accept this new chapter, you will see it push your life in the most amazing direction. Keep an open mind, align your thoughts with abundance and looking out for that gift. Release self-limiting beliefs, and trust that you will end up exactly where you need to be. This card can also be a sign to release attachment around any intentions or goals you may have. Trust that the universe will deliver exactly what you need at exactly the right time. Okay, there's your card for the week ahead, the solar eclipse card. Hopefully, something in there resonated with you. And then also, don't forget your moon calendars for 2026 are now available on Etsy. They are currently on sale, so don't miss out. Get your hands on that. You can stay cosmically aligned all through the year. It gives you the dates for the full moons, new moons, beautiful artwork. You can hang it on your wall somewhere that you can see. It comes with affirmations, and then also in the back some journal prompts, intention setting stuff, everything you need to lead a cosmically aligned 2026. So check that out. Link is in the description box below. Also, if you are interested in doing a retreat next year in Italy, my friend Holly, she's a dream oracle. She's been conducting these amazing retreats. This is her third or fourth trip to Italy. She's doing another one next year. It's a beautiful blend of dream work and also sightseeing, wine, Italian pasta, yummy, yummy, all that stuff. So if you're interested in signing up for that, there is a special coupon code where she's offering anyone that signs up through Forever Conscious $300 off. So that coupon code is in the description box below. There's a link there. Check it out. I think she has an info night coming up where you can find out all the info you need. But if you use that coupon code, you'll get $300 off. So if you're interested, it's in the description box. I have done retreats with Holly. She is wonderful. I did one with her last year before, can't remember, but she's great. And she conducts these amazing dream circles. And I've never done a dream circle before, but I loved it. So if you feel like you want to get in touch with your dreams, if you feel like you're someone with really vivid dreams and you want to understand them more, she is the person to know. So check it out. I'll put the link in the description box below. All right, I hope you all have a great week. I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com. Thank you so much.